What's up, CHFFL? Welcome to week 4 of the 2021 season. We've got a lot of great matchups this week, really starting to set the tone for the season. Teams that need wins, teams that are trying to pull farther ahead. Let's jump right into it. Week 3, my predictions were off. Nothing is making sense to me right now. I'm 2-4. And brings me to 10-8 on the season. Stan won the team of the week in the game of the week, which seems to be a trend of teams stepping up when they need to. Very impressive there, what Stan's been able to put together on his roster. Max won a game with Parker. We know our rule that we've had some debate about that I like over the years is that if you're the home team, the tie, you win. So Max got that fractional point home team advantage and got the win. Derek and I are in the cellar as the only 0-3 team, which of course just feels wonderful. Nothing really interesting on waivers this week. Nobody bid more than $5 on anything, so I'm not going to waste time going over it. Let's get into, we have 2 interleague matchups this week. Both are really good. We got Genie Bunch of Good Boys versus Rick James Couch. Wes only got 3 from the Bengals D on Thursday. He's rolling out Michael Carter as his running back 2, having a real hard time finding anybody to complement Kamara there, but West still a very high upside team from week to week. Grant is the more complete team, as has been noted previously. He's done a good job filling out his roster, at least his starting lineup, lacking a lot of bench depth if anybody were to go down. And this is a battle of 2 good quarterback stacks. You got Mahomes, Hill, and Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett. I'm taking Grant here, but I think it's going to be very competitive and high scoring. Moving over to Poppin' to the Moon versus Wayne Brady. Mark, after roughing Derek and I up last week, got 13 points from Jamar Chase in the Thursday game. His roster is just full of explosive players, top to bottom, whereas JD, Wayne Brady really relies on the Tom Brady, Chris Godwin stack, and I don't think that's going to be enough to overcome Mark. Is just kind of a powerhouse at this point. Let's move into 2 games in the CHFFL Show conference. First, we got Clayton Bigsby's Tricksters versus Silky Johnson. These are 2 surprise teams. Marty being 3-0 obviously has done a good job with putting a solid roster together from a not great starting position before the draft. And Minnie scoring a lot of points, even though he's only 1-2. His team is competitive every week. He got 20 points from Tyler Boyd on Thursday, and is starting Chuba Hubbard with Christian McCaffrey out. Traditionally, the McCaffrey replacement is a very viable fantasy option. Marty is missing Gronk this week, makes him reach down to his keeper, Jared Cook, in the tight end slot. And those 2 things, the 20 points on Thursday and Gronk being out, I'm picking Minnie in this one. Should be a close game. I don't think Marty gets to 4-0, but his team should remain in the mix going forward. Next, we have Tyrone Bigham's Crack Stars versus Ashy Larry Snake Eyes. Maybe a surprise to some that this isn't my game of the week, but both of these top teams in the CHFFL Show conference are banged up right now with Christian McCaffrey out. Swan is getting Josh Jacobs back. Could be a bit of a bright spot. Not super high on Jacobs with Kenyon Drake in the mix, but it's certainly good news. And with Bannis, AJ Brown is out. That's kind of tough there. I'm giving this one to Swan. He has the quarterback tight end advantage with Lamar Jackson and Darren Waller. I think this will be a more interesting matchup when these teams meet again later in the season, hopefully both at full strength. Going over to the Faculty Lounge now, you have Max and Betts, the Wickers Knickers, versus Derek and my Clip Game champions. The Knickers got 22 points from James Robinson on Thursday. Big game from him. They've benched Allen Robinson now. That Bears passing attack is just atrocious. And a lot of players Max was probably hoping on performing well during the season continue to disappoint. Derek and I, we have Josh Allen and Cole Beasley going up against the Houston Texans. Could be a real chance for everyone involved in that Buffalo offense to have a big game this week. I'm still picking Max here. Today's Bet's birthday. Happy birthday. And Derek and I, just following the trend, we're leading the league in points against, and Max will somehow pull this off and have his best week of the year because I'm frustrated. Now, for the game of the week, we got the Chuck Taylor Shamalamas versus Miss Neeson's Cookies. This is a very important game for Parker at 1-2. He's got to get some of these head-to-head matchups in conference. Stan is fresh off being team of the week. His team looks great right now. Parker gets 15 from Mixon on Thursday. It's a good start, but he's kind of looking for an upset here. Can his wide receiver, powerful trio, can they take down King Henry? For Stan, Derrick Henry's just been a monster. Stan's looking very smart for trading up for him right now. I'm taking Stan to remain undefeated here, but never count out Parker. That's something we've learned in 14 seasons in this league. Keep your eye on this game. Good luck to everybody. We'll see you back here for week 5.